how can the business improve its cash flow when there's no sales? There's no sales, there's no cash. So the first thing to do is to generate sales. If you are doing business and you are not selling, is that I wouldn't want to say, are you in the wrong place? Do you have the right product? Do you have the right price? Are you in the right place? Or are you doing the right promotion? So if you have fulfilled all these four P's and you are still not generating sales, then something is wrong somewhere. You can't, maybe let's say you are selling beer now and you go to when they are doing a church bazaar, even when some of the members they drink alcohol, nobody will come to approve me openly to come and buy from you because that will be an aberration. So these are things they had to do. So if you are in business and you are not generating sales, you first question you have to ask yourself is the hard question. Am I doing the right business? What am I not doing right? So if you go to leper colony and vend them and you now want to sell shoe to them, by virtue of their leprosy, they cannot wear shoe. So then you cannot generate sales. So without sales, there is no cash flow. For you to sell, you have to buy. So there's a cash outflow, then there's no cash inflow. And that is imbalance. That will create a great imbalance and a lot of headache. So are you not selling because your price is not friendly? You have to think about that too. You have to think about what you are not doing right that is not making you to generate sales. You should understand the nature of your business. You should understand the business, the environment you are doing the business. Yeah, you pay attention to those four P's because you can't put goods on sales. On counter and nobody is buying. Something must be wrong somewhere. You have to first find the issue that is not making you to sell. Of course, when you are not selling, there's no inflow. There will be outflow because you have to buy the goods to resell. Look at the business, can they usually buy like 30% of his product, but find it difficult to pay on time. Yeah, that is when you over dependent on the customer, you might run into trouble over time. The guy is capitalizing that the fact that he's buying the bulk of your product, uh, except you make a kind of allowance for such kind of things, or you have alternative. What some people do is this, which is not free either. When they have such a customer and they have dealt with them over a time, and they know the customer is very reliable, just like he will delay payment, he will pay eventually. They go for overdraft facility. They go for a revolving overdraft. Again, remember, it is not free. There's a cost to that, and that cost erode your profit. But again, because a particular person is buying 30% of your product, is saving you some marketing cost if somebody is evacuating 30% of your product. But if it doesn't pay on time and there's a gap in your working capital management, you will have no choice than to maybe approach the bank and get a revolving overdraft to meet up your obligations. So the question is now that what you are saving in terms of advertisement or marketing expenses, will it compensate for the interest you are paying on the overdraft? You have to weigh the two. So if you are paying more for the overdraft, then you have to find a way to have a conversation with this customer because he's an very important customer. Though technically we want that a business that want to thrive should not depend too much on the particular customer. That is the golden rule. So thank you very much for joining me today. And that will be all for this webinar. We hope to be with you shortly too. If you have other questions, you can drop them on the Telegram uh, uh, platform. So we look at them, and that will also help us to know the area to focus during our next free webinar. And like you rightly said, you will be adequately communicated to where the next webinar will hold. Thank you for joining us today, and have a good evening.